was in a conversation the other day with someone from around here, and he said a phrase about the owner of the lake. And my mind just cannot comprehend or understand how it is that one person, can actually own a lake. It is just so funny for me and so just weird to understand. And I feel like I used to speak the same words and I used to say the same things. I used to say that somebody owned a lake or owned land, and it's like I was in a dream. It's like I was in this deep dream and mind spell about it, because now I just don't understand how can someone own a lake. One person who is such a fleeting person on this beautiful earth of ours, how can they actually own a lake? And this is where I started to understand the importance of language. Because when we utter words, the words become reality. So we might say about the owner of a pet, and we might say it with the best of intentions. We might have the kindest heart when we say, yeah, he's a good owner. That pet owner is such a good owner. And again, I still don't understand, how can someone own another living thing, something that is not theirs to begin with, because they did not make the lake, they did not make the dog, they did not make the fish. They built the houses, but they built it with materials that were made essentially from the fruit, the womb of the planet. So how can they own that? How can someone own land and a lake? So I'm sure that they started saying it. I'm not sure, but it might be that they started saying that with even the best of intentions. The owner of this land. I think that what I would like to say instead, from the way I would like to see it, and what I would like to say instead is the guardian of that lake, the guardian of that land, the steward of that life, the guardian of the dog, the guardian of the animals. This to me feels like a much more appropriate word. And I feel that when humanity is finally ready to embrace that word instead of owner, their mentality is going to start to shift gradually, slowly, or maybe really quickly. But the mentality is going to start to shift, and they will finally understand that there is no such thing as possession in a world that is where life is so fleeting. We are born of this planet, and this life of ours is a gift. We live in these beautiful bodies that Mother Nature made for us. We are not the owners of these bodies. We are the custodians of these bodies. We are the guardians of these bodies, just as we are just the guardians of this beautiful land. And once we say that we are guardians, and once we also start shifting and saying out loud about ourselves and our neighbors that they are the guardians of this house, they are the guardians of this lake, then we can start also to understand whether they are good guardians or not so good guardians, if they are beneficial custodians or not. The moment we start to shift our language, the perspective is going to shift as well. Of course, it goes hand in hand. The moment we shift perspective, we will also shift the language. I think it just helps to be mindful and aware of both and to use them. And this is something that I wanted to share with you. Maybe a little food for thought. Maybe for the next week, you can start describing yourself as, of course, if you own something, in this weird way of saying it, you are the guardian of your possessions. You have gifts. You are the receiver of gifts. Your clothes are gifts, and because they are gifts. I know you bought them and they are yours to do with what you please. However, they are gifts and they will return to nature because ultimately they are nature's. So to refer to our object possessions as gifts and to refer to our land, and I say possessions so you can understand what I mean, to refer to our land possessions as to refer to ourselves as land custodians rather than owners. Yeah. Yeah. The council does not own any property. The council is the steward of the property. How amazing does that feel? How freeing and how enriching and how full of possibility.